Hey everybody, how's it going today? Justin the Red Island Shaver coming back at you with another video. Today we're kind of gonna kick it old school. Despite all the the wicked stuff I have in my den, every once in a while I like to kind of go for something a little more low tech, shall we say. So if I can get into my medicine cabinet without everything falling out, I think we made it. So the soap for today, Williams. Yeah, Williams. I know everybody right now at home is sitting there going, huh? Williams? Really? Yeah, really. Deal with it. The good old budget-minded shave, right? Once in a while, not a bad thing. I seem to get a good lather out of it. So, there it is. It's just kind of sliding around on the bottom of this bowl. Loading it's kind of a pain in the butt. I do know once I get a couple smaller tins emptied out, I will plop that into there, and I think that will work just great. Brush for today is the Omega. I think this is the 10006, or the 10007. Bond, James Bond. That I don't know. Decent brush. Got it at Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada. Razor for today, since we're kicking it old school, is something that you guys don't see a whole lot of on my channel, I know. We see lots of straight razors, which are old school as I'll get out, but I'm going to use kind of an old school DE. So, Gillette Tech. This is a Z4, made fourth quarter 1954, so during the Cold War. This was made here in Canada. And, see if you can get that. Yeah. See there, it still has the Gillette logo on the top cap there. Good little razor. I like this actually. It's very efficient and mild. And there is a Gillette Platinum blade in there. First use, I've never used them. Never. So that's the tools. So now we will get this brush loaded, and I'm going to do something I've never done with Williams. I am going to attempt to face lather this. I know a lot of you have probably seen my how to lather Williams video. I know most of you have probably seen it because that's my most viewed video for some reason. So must be lots of people that have trouble lathering this stuff, and I'm glad I can help out in some way, shape, or form. And but yeah, I'm going to try and face lather. I know I can get a great lather out of this in a bowl. This stuff works well for me. It's like everything else. Your mileage may vary, right? I know it could be a tired old phrase, but it is the truth. So that's a pretty good load right there. A little bit of froth, but I think we'll be able to work that out on the face. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of water in my Thirsty Badger leather bowl and wet the face, and we'll go to work. So yeah, kicking it old school today. There goes a big glob of lather. That's all right. Kicking it old school. This may not work. It may work too. I don't know. Now that puck of Williams that has been percolating since yesterday. This soap needs to be hydrated. It's coming together not too bad, actually. Get a little bit of water into it. This soap does like to be hydrated. There's no question about it. It will form a thick lather without any micro bubbles in it, and it won't collapse. Just takes a bit of work and a little bit of prep. But as you can see, it's already building up in the brush quite nicely. A little bit of foamy stuff down there on the bottom, but don't worry about that. But actually look at the brush itself, see? There's no bubbles in that. That's just a lather. So we'll go in and get a little bit more water. My sink doesn't have a stopper, so I can't keep water in my sink. Now, if I'm going to do a face lather, I just keep the bowl here with a bit of water in it. But I mean, you guys can see that. I mean, there's peaks there, right? I mean, there's no bubbles in this. There's no micro bubbles. It's not foamy. That's a lather. How long did that take? A couple minutes. I gabbed for 3 minutes. I lathered for 2. And it's, I mean, look at that brush. I got enough lather in there for 3 more passes, easy. I mean, this looks just like any other lather I've done in the last few days. I mean, look at that. Look at that coverage. Works for me. Works for me. So, now that the soap has been latherized, it's time to remove it. And just the tool for that. And away we go, first pass. Never used these blades, so I'm interested to see what they feel like. And so far, that's quite nice. Very nice. That's very smooth. Very smooth. Razor's gliding well. Nothing wrong with that. That's nice and slick. Now, got a bit of a mess here. Still a fair bit of lather on my face. I'll just spread that around a bit. Don't want to waste it. See what the brush looks like. Brush is good. Nothing's dissipated in that. Hasn't gone bubbly. Just paint that on. Get that back to the top of the brush. Just paint that on and give it a wee little bit of a scrub. There ain't no bubbles in that, gentlemen. You might say that's one slippery lather. Some of you get that reference. My poor attempt at a impersonation there. Second pass across the green. But yeah. I'm really liking this razor and blade combo. Imagine that, a Gillette blade working well on a Gillette razor. I'm really impressed on the Gillette razors too, actually, like the blades that I've tried. Well, I guess I only tried 2 types. These and then the sets. The sets, though, are really good. I think I can't quite remember. I think I got 18 or 19 shaves out of the Gillette in the set. In my icon. So, that was pretty goddamn good. if you ask me. All right, rinse off and go for the third pass. Tell you one thing though, I'm not gonna lie. This is a fairly slick lather, I must say. I got a hair there. This brush usually never sheds. This is a fairly slick lather for all. Oh, I'm really enjoying it. I know Williams doesn't work for a lot of people, or a lot of people have a hard time lathering it, but like I said, if you hydrate that puck, even for a couple hours, just soak it for a couple hours. Just let the water get into it. And then either face lather it or bowl lather it, whatever you want. And just add your water gradually. You're gonna end up with a good lather. At least that's been my experience. And I have hard water here where I live in Cornwall, PEI. Very hard water. So, I mean, we got to stop and think about it too, guys. We're spoiled, right? We live in the age where we have all this high-tech shit, right? You go buy in the, we're going to kind of go across the grain here. You can go buy an above-the-tie razor, Wolfman, Gorilla, Feather, the Rockwell, you know, all this high-tech shit. And then, that's just the hardware. I'm not even talking about the software. So then you get into these soaps that are slick as goose shit on a tin roof, right? You got your, you have your First Canadian Shave, you get your Soapy Bath Man, you get your Barrister and Man, Uncle John's, The Shaving Shop, L&L, Chantilly & Lux, Declaration Grooming, which I guess all three of those are kind of the same company. But, you know, Soap Commander, Katie's Bubbles. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. Phoenix Artisan. All that stuff is slick as all get out, right? Slick as all get out. And of course we have great shaves, because we have all this great shit. But what did they have back in the day? I know what my grandfather had back in the day. He still used it when I was growing up. Just going to do a touch-up pass here because this shave is going so well that I might as well completely muck it up and end up, you know, getting a bunch of weepers on my neck, right? Because that's the way we roll. But my grandfather, I don't think he ever changed the blade in his razor. He had a Gillette Fat Boy. And I'm pretty sure he didn't change the blade in that razor. As long as I can remember. Or if he did, he probably used the same blade for 3 months. You know, what did they use? They used Williams soap. You know, they used straight razors way back in the day with Williams soap. And, you know, straight razors that probably weren't honed and stropped as much as they are today. Well, they might have been stropped, but honed, probably not honed as much as they are today. They didn't have J-nuts and all these expensive-ass Japanese Wonderstones. You know what I mean? They just shaved. They had this, you know, these products that sometimes we say are inferior and oh, they're garbage and, you know. It's like I said, your mileage may vary. Which is a term sometimes I get kind of annoyed with. But if you do put a bit of work into learning how to lather some of these soaps, you'll be surprised and you will get a great shave. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love all the expensive, high-end, high-speed shit. But every once in a while, I love to go back to basics and rock out a cheap-ass shave. Because I'm a cheap-ass person. And I will be the first to admit that. Thayer's Lemon Witch Hazel. Not cheap. But yeah. So as you can see, just an all-around wonderful shave. That stuff will lather. It's like Mitchell's Wool Fat, right? Great soap from what I've seen. A lot of people have trouble lathering it. It's not like, you know, some of today's wonder soaps where you just look at it and there's lather everywhere, right? A little bit of prep, a little bit of effort, but it works. So, and I'm not saying everybody's got to go out and, you know, grab a Puck Williams and say it's the best soap in the world, because it's not. It's definitely not the best soap in the world. But me personally, I like using it. I like every once in a while, I just like that old classic, old school kind of get back to the roots. It's like, you know, what the hell did they use, you know, 70 years ago? Kind of a shave, right? Old Spice. Too bad this isn't vintage. It's modern, but what can you do? I'm not really anticipating much or any burn after that shave. Nothing. De nada. Smells good. So that's that. That's the shave, guys. I know it kind of got a little preachy there towards the end. I don't know what happened to me. I only had one coffee so far today. Maybe that's it. But anyway, I'm just trying to prove a point that, you know, you can use. I like to use Williams. I like to show people that you can use it and you can get a good lather out of it. And I'm actually really happy that the face lather worked out today, because the more I watch Chris over another cut above, the more I end up face lathering for some inexplicable reason. And yeah, it's worked out pretty good. I've been really enjoying it. And so yeah, so that was the shave. So to recap, we had the Williams mug soap. I just used a separate bowl just to lather it up. There's the aftermath, kind of foamy. So I'll just leave it in that bowl. If I want to use it again, I'll just fill it with water the night before and let it soak. Let it take in all that water and hydrate, and then it lathers very easily. It will still get a bit foamy when you're loading it up, but that's okay. You can either discard it or you can work that into your lather. But as long as that puck is hydrated and you get a good load on it, it will lather. So the razor, the Gillette Canadian Tech 1954 with a Gillette Platinum on the first use. Great razor. I love it. We had the Omega 10006 or 10007 or 100 something or other. Still a little bit of lather left in that. Not too bad. But enough for 3 passes and a touch up for sure. Zero burn off the alcohol based Old Spice. All in all, just a great shave. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching yet once again. I do appreciate it. If you haven't already, please leave a subscribe, a like, and a comment. I love interacting with all you guys in the comments or on the Facebook posts when I post these videos to the groups. That's it for me today. Looking forward to watching everybody's videos this weekend. And that's all I have. So thanks again. I appreciate it. As always, friends, have a great day and an even better shave. And we will catch you in the next one.